Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is in fact Wednesday. What a bizarre creature. No, this is just a regular fish. It's like the same fish you would find in any lake. Literally this lake right here. The lake known as Valve Hardware Survey. Anyway, would I like to participate in the survey? Can I dox my hardware information? Yes. Look at this here. If you wanted to know my exact CPU, GPU, here it is. Save this for your future reference. If anyone ever asks, hey Wolfie, what is your setup? Well, it is in fact the MS7D19, not to be confused with 7019. It's 7D19. It's got no touch input. It's a genuine Intel. None of that fake Intel stuff is genuine. It's real Intel. CPU family 0x6. CPU model 0x85. CPU stepping, speed. Social security number supported. FC Fuamoko supported. Hyper threading. Welcome Stream Elements. Welcome Apollo. Welcome Stanley. Welcome Slamholder. Devin. Everyone's here. Things are unsupported. Shaw? What the frick? That's right, I don't have Silksong. Shaw is not supported because Hornet is not on this machine. Prefetch W. Operating system, NTFS, crypto provider code. What the frick? Crypto provider? What? They're mining crypto on here. Client information. Version. Skia graphite. Video card. Look, this is my video card. Here's my DirectX driver name. Driver version. Driver date. It's everything. Look at that, we got one monitor. We got one video card. No crossfire. This is my resolution, 1920 1080. Display size, non-existent. VRAM, we got 8,196 megs. Sound card, the NVIDIA. What are you seeing this? There's no closed parentheses. You're telling me the parentheses goes all the way to the rest of the bottom of the page. Got 32 gigs of RAM. You got no VR headset at the moment, which is unfortunate because I do have a VR headset. Okay, here's my disk space available. Here's my OS install gate. MAC address. Holy frick, that's my MAC address right there. You can use that for something. I don't know. You could probably, I don't know. You could probably use that for something. Storage. Does the MAC address matter though? Is that like, it doesn't matter, right? This is being sent to Valve, right? If I'm sending this to Valve, surely it has no security repercussions. We got SSD size, removable drives, none of them. Let's submit this. View survey results. Do you want to see the survey results for Valve? Look at that. You got PC card usage. NVIDIA, mostly. Processor. VR headsets. Mac hardware ownership. Look at that. Everyone's on the... It's kind of hard to read because like this is black, but none of these are black. Why is that? What do they mean by this? These are the most used things. That's it. That's literally everything. Anyway, this is the lake. Look at this. This is where we will be fishing. There's a creature living in this lake right now. There it is. Alright, anyway, we're doing web fishing. As you might expect, no one cares about web fishing, so you might have been like, Wolfie, why not do lawn mowing simulator? Why not do Uma Musume Pretty Derby, huh? I don't know. We're doing web fishing. What if I didn't do web fishing? What if I was just in the web fishing category and then just like played something else? Like what? Like what though? I don't know. Why not do American Truck Simulator? I don't have that one. I have Euro Truck Simulator 2. But there's an update required. And this game is freaking huge. I'm sure if I tried to update this, it would be like, you know, here's like a 10 gig update, which I don't feel like doing. But also, I don't know. Welcome Last Tabaka, welcome to mine. Euro Truck Simulator, I don't know. I don't even know how to drive. I don't even have a license. It would be illegal for me to play it. That's not true. I don't know. I mean, I do know that, doesn't that game have multiplayer though? Isn't that like a thing? What if we had, I remember when Karagi used to do those, right? She used to play, Euro Truck, or American Truck Sim. They had multiplayer mode. She would just sign on and people would be like, I'm gonna join the caravan. Welcome, Nutritious. Whoa, what the frick? Rem to Ember? Nemby? Rem to Ember? This is the lobby code. Lobby code. Just so people know. They're like, what is Renembi? Why would he pin Renembi? Right? I had to put a message that said what it meant. Anyway. You know, it's Wednesday. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. No one really even knows. You know, you ask anyone, you're like, hey, what are you doing? And they're just gonna be like, why are you asking? Huh? Why do you want to know? Because I don't know. Because I simply don't know what's happening. No more will I ever understand. We go about our day-to-day lives. I'm like always over here. You know what? Let's not go over here. Let's choose to go on the pier. Right? We get a nice change of pace. Welcome JD274, happy Renembi. I specifically put an arrow that said where we were. What if you went to the island? Nah. Because then no one knows. No one even... Actually, I guess we could. You know what? No, but then if I'm on the island, then I can't really see the drawings though. Because, you know, people join the lobby and they're drawing stuff. I feel like if we were on the island, we would not... I guess if we're going to the pier, it is also less likely that we see what people are drawing. So maybe it's the same. Maybe this is actually farther. Well, yeah, I don't know. Does anyone even know? I feel like no one even knows nowadays. You ask them and they say, I'm not even sure. I don't even am familiar. Anyway, so what is there going on? Oh, never mind, guys. The lobby is going to crash because I've disconnected. I would have assumed that it would have restarted earlier than this. But turns out I'm going to have to restart my computer 15 minutes into the stream. I did actually turn my computer on half an hour ago, so... Oh no, I did also, yeah, I turned it on and then it also like crashed again. Okay, well, you're gonna have to remake the lobby. The lobby code is going... Oh, wait. I was holding down the power button and it was going to turn off. But I think it just like restarted itself instead of like actually crashing. I don't know why that is. But okay, let's try that again. Some web fishing, guys. Freaking web fishing, man. Well, good thing it was early on though. You know, like if someone, what, you're logged on already playing web fishing? Yes. Yes, destroy that other lobby. That lobby was not real. That guy is not real. That guy right there is not even real. I probably can't join the same lobby that I was just in. Let's do request to join manual. You create the lobby. I'm gonna go over here. Watch as this one crashes again. What is it, an I or an L? Any bets? Is that a capital I? That's probably capital I, because they don't have lowercase letters in these codes. Okay. Well, anyway. Good thing it crashed early on, because then no one had drawn anything yet, and it would be a shame if you drew something and then like the lobby crashed and then all of your hard work was like deleted. Why wouldn't that be messed up? It's like when you draw in a program and then like you don't save it or something and then it crashes and it's like, oh no, my app is dead. Unbelievable. It's gone forever. And the only memories we have are of our memory. That's right. That's it. Anyway, what is there to talk about? I feel like with last week's stream, we had like quite a bit of stuff to talk about because I had not streamed on Wednesday for a while. Oh no, that was on, yeah, last time I streamed this was on Friday, wasn't it? Because last week I was at work in the office on Wednesday. And then Friday came around and I was like, oh, what if I did web fishing? You know, because I didn't stream on Wednesday. And we had a bunch of stuff to talk about. Welcome, Yuko. And I was like, oh yeah, I was at the office, I did this stuff, I watched whatever. Welcome, Gibbons. And then, but this week though, I don't know. There's nothing going on. If you were going to celebrate something, what would you decide to eat? I think it depends what the thing is that I'm celebrating, though. I don't know. Could I just choose food that I like? What if we had, what if I had curry? Indian curry with garlic cheese naan? That'd be pretty good, right? Any fans of the garlic cheese naan with the curry? And you're like, what kind of curry? There's so many things called curry. You can't just say curry. Now, what if it was chicken tikka masala? What if it was Rogan Josh? Have you considered Rogan Josh? Yeah, just garlic naan. Yeah, actually I don't know if I've ever had garlic naan that had cheese in it. It's always been either cheese naan or garlic naan. I'm not sure if I've ever had the combination, but I'm sure it does exist, and it's probably pretty good and also very unhealthy. Rogan Josh's top 5. Alright, what would your top 5 be? Would chicken tikka masala be on there? Butter chicken, perhaps. A lot of people would like butter chicken. What about, what's the one that's like, it's like the same green as Rogan Josh, except paneer, right? It's like saag paneer. Saag paneer is pretty good. Tandoori chicken is number 1. What if we spent this stream looking at Indian food? It's gonna dox my location. Oh my god, he's in New York. Holy frick. You're telling me this guy's in New York? Oh no. Indian food. Look at this. There's good food right here. Wow. Could you eat this much food? Actually, I feel like this is like... No, that is a lot of food. That's like a lot of sides, though. A lot of rice. I've never had Indian food I didn't like. That's also true. I'm not sure if I had Indian food that I was like, oh, this freaking sucks. It's all been like good or like decent. Never like bad. Not Indian restaurants. I want Indian food. Indian dishes. Fishes. I was gonna type fishes. Welcome, Laketh. How much Indians eat per meal? I don't know. Popular Indian dishes you should try. Wow, that looks so good. Oh, you know what else is good? Samosas. That's pretty good. Samosa. Dosa. Oh yeah, dosas. I forgot about those. Dosa's pretty good. Regional Indian food. Wow, look at that. I feel like this is AI generated. Just something about this. Samosa is good. I don't know if I've had... Yo, chat, that's you. It's you right there. Chat, are you a snack? Huh, guys? Are you a chat? A chat? That doesn't make sense. Pakora from Whole Live EN. I don't think I've had this before. Papa Dumb? Hey, whoa. You can't say that. I think he's not dumb. Come on, man. Papa Dumb. Butter chicken. Tikka masala. It's pretty good. Yeah, this is what I've wondered. Tikka masala, I've always confused it with butter chicken. But they're like very similar, right? But I feel like, I don't know. Tikka masala is good. Biryani is good. I don't think I've had pasanda. Pasanda? Korma, this sounds familiar. I don't know if I've had it. Madras curry. Rogan Josh. There we go. Oh no, I was mistaken. I thought Rogan Josh was the green one. What was I thinking of? It was like a different... It's like a different thing. Also, there's like a siren outside. Do you hear that? I can see the volume in OBS. You can probably hear that. It's like a fire truck or something. Mutter paneer. I do hear it. Keema. Oh, keema's good. Vindaloo. They're closing it. No, no, you can't. Yeah, there's tandoori chicken. That's good. Naan. You gotta have naan. Oh yeah, you got roti as well. Paratha. Dosa. Chapati. Raita. They didn't list roti? Wait a second. Saag paneer. Ah, this one's good. I don't think I've had many Indian desserts actually. Hey, wait, didn't they say 25? Oh, 23. What a strange number. 23? They didn't even list roti? Is roti not an Indian dish? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Roti. Yeah, they didn't even list roti. What the frick? Roti's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Roti recipe. Yeah, roadies. Got it. Whoa, hey, what the? When did this happen? Fishing. Welcome, Rusk. Roadie is usually a vehicle for food. Not so much the food itself. Yeah, but it's good though. Like they put, I guess, I don't know, they put naan on there. They put, also they put others. I mean, like dosa, right? You put something else in the dosa. You're not usually just eating like only the dosa, right? Raita. What's raita? Chicken chaat. What about paratha? Paratha, isn't that the rapper from the PlayStation game? Paratha rapper. Naan is good. How about pasanda? You ever had pasanda? They don't even have a picture of it. It's not even real. Chicken chaat. They did mention chaat. I don't think I've had it before. It literally means to lick. Pasanda is good. Pasanda. It's made with lamb, goat, or chicken, cooked in a creamy sauce with yogurt and spices. Chicken chalky, true, so true. Chicken pasanda. It does look good. Paneer pasanda. Hey, don't you pass on the pasanda, am I right, guys? Make sure you don't pass on the pasanda. Korma. That's a good one. Korma 985. Welcome CMES Infinity. I've never had it. You know, now I feel left out. I've never had pasanda. Is there like obscure Indian dishes though? Things that no one has ever had? What about this one? You ever had I mean, these all look good. Yogurt, what the frick? Yogurt sandwich? I didn't know they had like this kind of bread. I mean, like, obviously they have, like, bread everywhere, but, like, when I think of India, I don't think of, like, this kind of bread. Welcome X-Tag. Forgot it was Wednesday. Yeah, webfishing right now. Indian is one of my go-to foods to make when I'm cooking at home. Truly UK-pilled. It is true. Many people do say that chicken tikka masala was invented in the UK. Sock paneer is good. Aloo gobi matar. I don't even know what that is. Egg curry. Paneer. Oh, this actually looks pretty good. What the heck? Paneer sandwich. Chili chicken. Aloo is potato. I totally knew that. But what about the gobi matar though? Curried roasted carrots. Chili paneer. This looks like Chinese food to me. This is like the same kind of like presentation as American Chinese food. Hakka noodles. I thought this was Chinese. Isn't Hakka like okay, it is. Yeah. Alright. Wait. Is this AI generated? This is not Indian. This is a Chinese Indo-Chinese dish. Why is this on this Indian cookbook website? The Aloo Tiki Burger. They credited themselves for this. Welcome, Hemp. Glossy glazed Chinese food. You have the Chinese food in the UK. They put like chips underneath it. That's real. Chicken. Oh, I've heard about this. Chicken 65. I don't remember why they called it Chicken 65, but I remember my my Indian coworkers would be like, "Oh, you gotta try Chicken 65. You go to this place, you gotta get the Chicken 65." I don't know what that means. Need to try more Indian food. Only ever had butter chicken. What about naan though? What about samosas? The Manchurian, the Kashmiri dum aloo. I think it's pretty smart actually. Chips, rice, and noodles. A few bits of salt and pepper chicken. Pissing in curry sauce. Heaven. What the frick? Chips, rice, and noodles. That's like so many carbs. That's so many types of carbs. Yeah, welcome, Namington. Do you need to eat the first 64 chickens? No. No, you don't. They all get thrown away. That's why it's so special. They had to sacrifice 64 chickens. Carbs on carbs. It's a drunk food. Soaks the alcohol. What are your thoughts on yakisoba pan? I know this is a different cuisine, but this is also carbs on carbs. The Japanese food that is yakisoba on bread. It's pretty much just all carbs. Have you had it? I don't know. Vegan. Oh, I know what vegan kebab is. I've seen it on Scrandle, and every single time I go, that looks freaking gross. It looks awful. The UK and their mushy peas. What are they thinking? Yakisoba pan, also known as gluten intolerance nightmare. Exactly. It's so good though. I don't know. I don't know about this. Is that Among Us? Those are peas? Yeah. 8 days. Oh, I get it. 8 days a week. Clever. Is that the Aria font? No, that's a different font. I mean, this actually looks good, but this is not the vegan kebab. This is it. Like, you don't really need like the bread, you know, like, I don't know. That pic looks better than most of the examples on Scrandle. Yeah, it does actually. I mean, this photo looks alright. I just feel like, you know, you got like the bread and like also this thing, which is like kind of like bread. It's not really like bread. It's like I'm assuming it's like flaky. It does look pretty good though. Have had yakisoba pan. It's okay. I think video game characters have distorted my perspective of it. Yes. That is true. All the ones I've had are just beat. That they all just look gross. Peas are cheap, so we learn to love them for hundreds of years. That's how it is. That's life out there. What are some other dishes? What else? What the frick is that? Is that shrimp? Is that frog legs? Has anyone had frog before? It tastes like chicken. Anyway, what am I doing? What are we doing here? Not even just in the game, but in life. If you consider sugar carbs, pies and most every sweet pastry is carbs on carbs. Well, I feel like sugar is like a different kind of thing though. Like, I guess it is technically carbs, but it's like not the same, you know? Imagine looking at a frog and thinking, I'd like to eat that. I mean, that's like every animal though, right? Every animal that's been consumed. Someone out there was like, I'm gonna eat that thing. I tried so many weird food, yet frogs not bad, snails are high key. I've had snails before. I feel like, I don't know. They're fine, I guess. Carrots definitely make me want to eat them. But what about if they weren't? What's the best way to prepare a carrot? Has anyone considered like air frying carrots as fries? I've never considered it. Have you ever like deep fried a carrot? They're usually soaked in garlic butter. It's just chewy garlic. Yeah, but what if you had snails without the garlic butter? What if you did that? I kind of want to try a tub of insects to see if there's anything to it. Maybe. You could do it. You can let us know how that goes. Like, would it depend on the type of insect, or do you think they all taste pretty similar? They would probably taste pretty different. But like, what about crickets? Yeah, crickets. You've had crickets? Within a cake. A good carrot, fresh and raw. I don't know. Bathe in insects. I don't wish to try them again without the butter. Crickets aren't bad. Best to rinse your mouth out. Yeah, I remember one time, like, there was a place near where I used to work that served, like, I forget if it was cricket or grasshopper tacos. And my coworker was like, I'm gonna order it just to try it. And he was like, it's apparently pretty good. But no one else wanted to try it. I didn't want to try it. To this day, I do not know what it tastes like. Would rather eat a cricket than a grub or a worm. True. I mean, I guess, yeah. Because like worms and grubs, they're like, you would imagine them to be chewy. I feel like maybe it's more like a texture thing. Like, crickets you would imagine are like pretty crunchy. And I feel like as far as textures go, crunchy is like usually preferred. It's underwhelming eating crickets. They taste like hollow nuts, crunchy air with nutty taste. True. I've never had it, but I would assume that is correct. I don't know. Do you think like crickets and grasshoppers taste very different? It's like they do have several similarities. We hadn't met 2 Saturdays in a row, Joel. What? Oh, you? That you have not been here on Saturday? For 2 Saturdays in a row? Well, now you're here. Welcome. I try not to think about eating bugs, but people are doing it, like, daily. By accident, even. What about that fact that, like, the average human eats some amount of bugs every year? Isn't there a thing in Japan where they eat bees or bee larvae? Probably. I would not be surprised. Probably a thing that exists. I bought a whole selection of insects to try. What is your favorite insect that you've had? And the worst one. What is the best and worst? Can you do like an insect tier list by taste of the ones you've tried? Oh, did the hold on. Just realized the lobby code was not pinned. It gets unpinned after 20 minutes. And I have to repin it. I have to choose to manually unpin it. If we're going to do this every Saturday for decades to come, we kind of failed. Like streaming on Saturdays? I don't know. I'll probably miss some Saturdays here and there. Welcome DX Nomad. Hello Locust, worse, the texture goes to dust, it's awful, crickets are chill, I would buy them again. I don't know. Do people, when they see you eating bugs, they're like, what the frick are you doing? What's this guy, what's wrong with this guy? What's this guy doing? How did they say it in British English? Did they say, oi bruv, this guy's a loon or whatever? What did they say? What is the slang when people see people eating insects? Oi bruv. They're always saying that. They don't eat them in public. But what if you did though? Bruv. Welcome Hamflo. Can't believe that he would say this. That he would say such a thing, such a harmful thing. Don't you know it's Mental Health Awareness Month? I actually don't know when that is. Isn't it something? I don't know. What about fish? How about fish? Would you eat a fish? I would eat a fish. Would you eat this fish? I would not eat this fish. Shouldn't it be every month? No. Because then if it's every month, then it's not special. If I go to UK and append in it to my sentences, would I fit in? No, they would know that you're faking it. They'd be like, this guy is just pretending. He's not even really British. Yeah, we always... What the frick? Do you see that? A radiant whale is huge. What if I was in the UK and then people would be like, that bloke. Did they say bloke? Is that an Australian thing? I'm confusing Australian slang. That fellow is American. You can tell based on the fact that he's American. Some people say bloke. I guess people in the US probably also. There's probably some people that say it. That blood is American. Do they really say in it that often though? In it? Or is that just like our perception of them? How can you tell if someone is American or English? I mean, you can tell by the accent. You can tell by the slang that they use. In it is real. I see. Tuesday. A bottle of water. Classic. Everyone loves saying those two things. By looking, isn't there like a thing where like British people drink a lot of tea and then you could tell by looking at their teeth, and it's like, look at that guy's teeth, that you can tell that he is British or whatever. I don't know if that's true or if that's just a harmful stereotype, or if they talk about okay, you meant by looking. The fashion, is there like specific British fashion? Do they often wear like the coats or whatever? I don't know what it's called. What is British fashion? Brits are a little bit more fashionable than Americans. I would not doubt that. The roadman jackets. Which one? This one, like this? Is this, I guess if I saw someone like this, I'd be like, they could be British. Like this kind of hat. Do he wear this kind of stuff? Ah, well, they're so stylish. Wow. I miss my British Oshi having the greeting calling in it. Oh, that guy. I know that guy. They wear that stuff. Old money. This stuff. This kind of hat. What the frick is this? You see anyone wearing this? Is this the thing that people wear? Probably not. Yeah, this kind of stuff. This is like the stuff that like you would see like Sherlock Holmes wearing. There's some new tech. That's the new meta. Is this the new meta? It's crazy. Statue of Liberty cosplay. Okay, but like what about look at this guy. He thinks he's so cool. Just because he's got like several layers of buttons. What about what about this stuff? If you see someone wearing this on the streets, what would you think? Welcome, Orfish. It's baggy jeans and a windbreaker jacket. I see. What about this stuff? I dress like that. You dress like this. What about this? What about this guy? He's dressed like a fragile shipment. This one, yeah, the packing peanuts. Doja Cat. I did not know the fashion company Superdry was UK. I like the aesthetic. I thought it was Japanese. I think I did know that Superdry was a UK company. I don't know what it was, but something at some point I learned. They do use Japanese a lot in their marketing, but it is a UK store. Also Miniso, right? Isn't Miniso? I've never seen a Miniso, but people sometimes they think it's Japanese based on various reasons, but it's actually Chinese. The marketing department are weebs. Superdry. Maybe. They're flooded like this. These stores, I've actually never seen one. Oh look, it's even on a UK website. I guess I grew up because random Japanese letters on clothes and stuff are a real turnoff to me now. Were they ever like, whoa, Japanese text? That's so cool. I gotta have it. Bro, is that Japanese text? I love Japanese text. Actually, I remember this was really cringe. One time when I was in like I think high school, and I had like this summer program for like to learn animation in Flash. There was like this one guy who would wear, you know, that really old, I think it was like a J-list t-shirt that had text on it that said, "I want a Japanese girlfriend." He wore that, like unironically. And like I don't think anyone else knew what it said, but like I'd seen that t-shirt like online and I knew what it said. And I was like, that's really awkward. But also what's really awkward is that one of our instructors was Japanese. And I'm like, what are you hoping to do here? She can obviously read what your shirt says. Why would you wear that? I don't know. I don't think anything happened from it. She probably just ignored him. It must have been very strange. Did it work? I don't think so. Not from what I could tell. Anyway, that's a story. I went to a lot of Superdry stores when I was in the UK and Europe in general. Wondered why I saw so many of them, but not so many stateside. I don't know. It's life. Also, welcome, Hey Biscuit. It reminds me we got a Daiso near me. But then now we know where you live then. By revealing that information, now we can find the new Daiso locations and be like, well, that's where Slime Molder was. You gotta be careful revealing any information about yourself and things that are nearby. Every store location, exactly. It's probably a list of them somewhere. It's probably like, here's our newest 5 stores. I think Daiso's good. I think they have some in New York as well. But they are pretty far away from where I live. I think, anyway. In my Japanese class in high school, my classmate wore a shirt with the word hentai on the back. They had to write it on the board. What do you mean they had to write it on the board? They had to? Like someone had to write it? Ironically, Superdry has never extended into Japan. Now, after having financial troubles, apparently does not use Japanese lettering and stuff. But why would the financial troubles cause that? I don't know. Just for they had to write. They had to though. What if they didn't write it? Stationary stuff at Daiso is really fun to browse. Yeah, well, I've been to Daiso in Japan, so I've had the real experience. You think you know what it's like to go to Daiso? Have you been to Daiso, Japan, huh? I have. It's probably the same, honestly. The ones in Japan look like they have pretty nice home goods. Yeah, actually, I wonder if I search Daiso on my Google Photos, if it will come up with anything. I'm gonna take a look. And then I can be like, whoa guys, it's Daiso. Nope, no result, okay. It cannot determine that I was in a Daiso. The Japanese lettering is expensive. It is. It costs more bytes than the Roman letters. Superdry products also often include decorative Japanese ideograms intended to increase the brand's appeal. The machine text is generated by the text is generated by a machine translator is nonsensical. Wow. Wasn't there a thing recently with what is it called? Gamer Sups? There's like something about the Gamer Gamer Sups like clothing or something? And they were advertising it using Japanese text. But then people were like, no one who made this knows Japanese, because obviously if you could read this, it's kind of problematic. Or something. I don't know even how to search for it. I don't even know if I want to search on it. I don't know. There's some questionable things that maybe they did not translate properly that implied something. I don't even, you know what, never mind. You could look it up. Anyway, it's life. Sometimes people are out there, they don't know what they're dealing with. Just out there translating things with machines. Everyone's on their AI stuff. I guess this was even before AI, you know, machine translation before AI. We're lucky you do, Joel. What are you talking about? What is bro even talking about, guys? Would you ever stand like this? If you have one leg on the platform and another one just like in the air like this. I found one of the examples that's really something. What do you search to find it? What can I like show? Can I search for it? Gamer Sups fashion Japanese text. Something like that. The world has to know that this is the company that's sponsoring our VTubers that we watch. I found a tweet where someone was ranting about the GamerSupps writing nonsense Google Translate stuff, not even in the right direction, points to a deleted tweet from the— oh, maybe they found out that they were translating stuff wrong and deleted it. It was probably the same tweet. But I saw that and I was like, yep, that seems like something they would do. Oh no, they're never gonna sponsor me now. Oh no. They're gonna be like, Wolfie, can you sell sponsor code Wolfie? And we'll give you money. Oh no, look, there's a VOD where you talked about bad things about our company. GamerSupps Japanese text. Don't you want a cool— so it's probably this one. You've been blocked. Oh right, because I'm on VPN. Well, I guess I can't show you then. I guess you could search for it. GamerSupps Japanese text. Is it safe to search for this on stream? Probably not. I probably should not be searching for this. Code Wolfie. No. Yes, it says something very questionable that they should not have put on there. Anyway, that's them. That's brands out there. Anyone a fan of companies? What's your favorite company? Is there any fans of corporating? That's not a word. Valve? It's not that bad. No, it's something. Sega, Valve. Doesn't Valve take like 50% or 30% of all sales or something? Lockheed Martin. Dole, they probably do some stuff. Phase Connect. Team Shanghai Alice, isn't that just one guy though? Is there an actual team or is it just Zun? Acme Corporation. What about I'm like I'm trying to think of a brand that is not problematic at all. Fan gamers also probably chill. I don't know enough about them. They seem generally pretty well liked. You see the video of Ryukishi07 where his family is helping him research and program his games? I did not know that. But also because I've never played any of his games. Arizona Tea, nobody hates them. I'm sure there's someone that hates them. But you know, they're pretty good, right? They still sell their drinks for like 99 cents. Didn't they raise that though? Didn't they say like, due to the economy, we have to raise the price? Or was that made up? I feel like it could be more than one person. Because if Zune makes games and works out all the legal deals and stuff, that's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, he could contract that to like someone outside the team. People were boycotting them because of some stupid thing the Arizona government did, which was funny. They're not even from Arizona though. Did you know that it's like in Brooklyn or something? Arizona iced tea is actually made in New York. It's always been a New York company. I don't buy any other tea. They increase though. Dang. Times have really changed. Case salsa. Apparently 99 cents is always the suggested and markup is dependent. No, I thought it was against their policy though. Like you're required, if you sell it for more, that's like like you're not supposed to do that. You know they make Hawaiian pizza in New York? I mean, they do it everywhere, don't they? It's like how California rolls were invented in Canada or something. Well, if he's keeping web fishing single-handedly alive, a constant connection to the main server, they can't shut it down. No, it's peer-to-peer. The server is only used for discovery, for lobbies. Welcome, Rainzap, though. I wonder if Arizona Iced Tea was a net positive to Arizona. Yeah, maybe people are like, oh, that's a thing with like Vermont though. You know how Vermont, there's like a brand of Japanese curry called Vermont. And I think a lot of Japanese people have a positive association with the with the US state of Vermont that actually has nothing to do with Vermont curry. But they're probably like, oh, Vermont, I know, that's where the curry comes from. But it's not. It's Japanese. Imagine the world will burn when Costco 150 hot dog increases. The world will absolutely burn. I don't think it'll happen while the company's founder is alive now. Yeah, that guy said he would literally kill them if they try to change the price. I have a bottle of Arizona because it looks cool. I don't know anything about this state. I don't know. What is there to know? It's got deserts. That's pretty much it. Moving to Asahi Prefecture because you love the beer so much. True, right? Is Asahi the beer not made in Asahi? Because I know Asahi literally means a rising sun. Or something. Or like morning or something. I don't know. Hot dog is what we call a loss leader. Yeah, it's like the rotisserie chicken from Costco. Is that it's so cheap, but they put it in the back of the store so that you have to walk through all the aisles to get it. I thought it was made in Asahikawa. Asahi beer? USA? Asahi Super Dry? Asahi Breweries. It is in Sumida. Oh, this is where this thing is. The big poop statue. IKEA does cheap hot dogs too. But how cheap though? Is it $1.50 United States? No, it always comes back to London though. Advertisement on Goulburn Road. Korok seed. What do they got here? Lek. Pepperoni. It's close to that price, but nowhere near the quality of a Costco dog. You know, I've never actually had a Costco like food before. Never had a Costco hot dog. Never had the chicken bake. Never had the double chip chocolate, double chunk chocolate chip, whatever. I don't even know. Their pizza doesn't look very good. I'm sure it's like good value, probably. They have veggie dog and fake meat dog variants. What if they had chicken dog? Costco dogs, decent, pizza's greasy, super cheap. Yeah. Think about the soda. Think about the high quality ingredients. Calories. It's always about the calories. IKEA has the variants though. Which variants? Oh, you mean the veggie dog, fake meat dog? Anyone have opinions on the Impossible burgers and meat? Any fans of fake beef? Really hard to beat the cost of value on the Costco dog. It's all beef, so it's immediately 8 out of 10. Maybe that's why I wouldn't try it, because I don't really eat beef. I'm not really a beef kind of guy. You've convinced me not to get it. I've had them before. I think they're pretty good, although I usually order beef. Man, you guys and your beef. Imagine being able to eat beef. I think they're possible if they put their minds to it. Wait, for what? What were we talking about? Society. I forget. Me when I say something and I forget that I was saying. Oh, I should also drink water. It is in fact 6 p.m. Do you know 6 p.m. is a good time to hydrate? I'm gonna do it right now. Alright, I've hydrated. Getting a fake hot dog from some hot dog cart when my family all got the real dogs when I wanted to try the fake one is as a curiosity thing is a long I can't read is a lifelong regret of mine. At that moment the real hot dogs look so good. Yeah, but now you know though. It was a learning experience. You can now be informed. I prefer lentil or bean patties. Fake meat is a little too strange for me. I feel like I haven't really had fake meat like in a long time. It's probably been... Last time I probably had fake meat was like probably before COVID. And I don't remember what it was like. Like veggie burgers made out of things like chickpeas or beans too. Possibly true. There's this thing called a smash burger trending here. I was wondering what it was. Turns out it's just a really flat patty and not a burger and also not American. I mean, smash burgers are common in America. It's probably not specifically an American thing, but people do that here. Some people get weird about fake meat though. If you don't want to eat, that's fine. Doesn't have to be a massive deal. Imagine eating real meat. Ugh. But yeah, I however have little desire to try New York cart hot dogs. They don't seem great. Yeah, I would not recommend them. I don't know, like when tourists come to New York and they're like, I'm gonna get like a New York style hot dog from a cart. I'm like, please don't. Also, they're like really expensive nowadays. I remember when I was a kid, they were like $1. And now I see videos of people going to them like nowadays and it's like $4 to $5. I'm like, that doesn't seem worth it like at all. That's like too expensive. Smash burgers are popular here as well. Had a smash burger today. I've not had one in a long time. Smash burger is not the brand. I didn't even know it was a brand. I thought it was just a generic term. You just squish it really flat into the grill. It cooks fast, creates good Maillard reaction. Isn't that a duck? Tell me a duck reacts to it. Good for restaurants because you can turn them up fast. Yeah, and then they're like crispy on the edges, right? They need a license to sell hot dogs. The license is hundreds of thousands per year. I'm sure most of them are not doing that. Maillard mildew. Maillard. There's also a chain called Smash Burger. Oh, I did not know that. Smash Burger. There are some. It's also a type of burger. Smash Burger Wall Burgers? Wall Burgers? What the frick? Wagyu? Interesting. It is a type and a chain. How can they do that? There's a place in New York where they sell smash burgers for $1. Is it Jubilee Market? Burger. Is this one? Is it what the frick? Is this the one? Or is that a different one? It's a different one. $2.25. Is it this one though? Hey, look, we were talking about Japanese text. No, this not a smash burger. It's a different one. I learned how to make smash burgers from working at Shake Shack. It's my go-to method. The only case I think I'd make a burg differently is if grilling outdoors. What did that say? This says Hasuru? What is that? What does that say? Hasuru? Hustle? Did this say hustle? It probably says something like that. The only if you have a flat top, smash is the way to go. Hansel? No, isn't it? That's like ha, and then that's like a. Oh wait, is that is that no? That's a small letter. I thought that's like the small tsu. Can't really tell. I think it says hustle. Memories of churning out 16 burgs at a time. 11 years ago. Time does pass by. Me, when I remember that time passes by. It's crazy. What do you think I was doing 11 years ago? Anyone want to guess? I can look it up. I could literally check my journal. And I'll be like, on October 1st of 20... What year was it? 2014. Let's take a look. October 2014. I was... Let's see. Oh, I had takoyaki. At takoyaki. Deployed stuff at work. Went to a restaurant that has now been closed. I got some onigiri at a restaurant. I went to Dos Toros. That was a Mexican food place. The day after that, other coworkers wanted to go to the same restaurant, and since I went there yesterday, I went to a different restaurant. Went to a mac and cheese place, Smack. I went to Saturday and Sunday. I played Smash Bros 3DS. Watched some StarCraft 2 streams and did some drawing. That's what I was doing 11 years ago. I was drawing the Tuhu. I don't think I was. I think by that time I'd stopped doing Toho stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I know the 10-year anniversary of me seeing Suika Ibuki on ESPN. I was working at Shake Shack earlier this year. I remember that. That was a pretty big deal. StarCraft 2, yep. It was in fact StarCraft 2. Anyone remember? Oh, that was like 11 years. Holy frick. StarCraft 2 was 11 years ago. It's actually even more than 11 years ago. Okay, what was I doing on the week after that though? October 6th to 12th in 2014. I had a chicken cutlet sandwich. I went to a barbecue place, and then I had, on that Wednesday, I had a ramen. I had one of 2 full stamp cards, and I got a free Mabo ramen. And then I got a burger on Thursday. Went to a Vietnamese place, but it was really crowded. We went to an Indian food place. On that Saturday, I played Smash Bros. I took a nap. More StarCraft 2. More drawing. More StarCraft 2. It's crazy. How consistent am I with my journal? I've had this journal for at least 15 years. It goes way back. If you ask me what I was doing on any day within the past 15 years, I might not have it down to the exact day, but I'll have it to like at least a week. Maybe. I think 10 years ago, Concole was decently popular and people in the West were like, this is the Toho killer. Yeah, and no one talks about Concole anymore. When was the last time you all heard someone talk about Concole? It's been a long time. Barbecue. Did I import journal into Logseek? No, it's on WordPress. It's a private WordPress. Crazy to think StarCraft 2 was still pretty new. When did that come out? I don't know. In what week did they announce the iPhone? I don't know. The journal is about stuff that I experienced, not about general happenings about the iPhone. But you could look that up. Or I guess, are you asking like, what was I doing when the iPhone was announced? If you can find the date, I can be like, oh, I was doing this. Assuming it was after 2011 maybe. Or 20, no, it could be 2010. Mid 2010. No, it would have to be 2011 or later. I see Shimakaze art every now and then on my timeline. I have not seen it in such a long time. Honkole's Legacy, 2007. The journal does not go back to 2007. It specifically said 2011 and later. September 13th. Okay, what was I doing on September 13th, 2020? September 2020. September 13th. That was a Sunday. On that Sunday, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and could not sleep. I watched the ending of Calliope Mori and Kiara's stream. Oh, this was when Hololive EN like first debuted. Yes, that's what I was doing. And then what? Watched. I referred to her as Watson instead of Amelia Watson. Watched a bit of Watson's Valorant stream. And Gura's Man-Eater stream. Wow, she is pretty bad at games. Also, much backseating in chat. Close parentheses. I see. That's what I wrote down in my journal. That year is a blur. Crazy. What's wrong with calling her Watson? Well, that's, I don't know. That's what people don't call her. People, that's back in the day, you know? People that don't know her, they're like, that's a Watson. It's Ame. It's Amelia Watson. That was peak pandemic lockdown? True. She said she wanted her Twitch name to be Watson. What the 4? Wasn't it like Hololive EN _ Watson Amelia or something? they could not use like the name they wanted. Even though she probably could have just gotten Amelia Watson. I think they have like a policy where like they have to name them like Hololive EN _ surname, first name, blah blah blah. Most of Myth called her Watson regularly. I don't know if that's true necessarily. I think most of them called her Ame. Not always, but most of the time. Anyway, that's fun, right? Isn't it fun? This is why you should have a journal. If me being able to recite things that I did on an arbitrary date doesn't convince you to get a journal, then what are you doing, huh? You're like, whoa, that's so cool that he knows what he was doing. Hearing what you write in your journal makes me think how different people experience things differently, like in a cool way. Yeah, because it's like, you know, you could just look at stuff you wrote and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. If you're just kind of late to start one, that's what you think. Because if you don't start one now, then 5 years from now, you'll be like, oh man, I should have started one. Oh no. And then you just continue to not start the journal. Kiara called her both Ame and Watson. Same with Gura. Mori called her Watson. Ina, I don't remember. Can we get like a count? Can we like go through all the VODs? We can count how many times. Today I watched Walfus. He still can't let go of web fishing. Inspired me to start this journal. Good. You should do that. Bubblebot was what cool in people knew how to use. It was like a sort of smart way to sidestep corpo restrictions. True, I remember that. I remember when I requested a song in the queue and it got put on there, and then I was like, yo, it's playing my song, and then people go, oh, this song is a bop. Isn't that such a good feeling? When like you recommend like songs and then people listen to it and they're like, whoa, that's such a good song. Even though like I didn't make the song or like have any involvement like in it. They're like, oh, look at this song. Thanks for recommending it. Yeah, I did that. That's right. I did this. Whoa, what the frick? Welcome, good cat. Bubblebot was fun. I never managed to add a song before the queue was full. I've done it only once. And I think like after I requested that song, the artist on YouTube, they disabled comments for the video. I was wondering if maybe he was seeing like people look up the song name and find it and they're like, what the frick? Why are people commenting? I wonder if people were like, hey, thanks, I found this on the Amelia Watson stream. Oh, it was so cool. That's the thing that people do sometimes. It's like when people find a video from like a content creator, they all just comment and they're like, anyone else find this from blah blah blah, anyone else? And then it's all like inside jokes in the comments. You're like, oh man, a certain bald man sent me here. Oh, a certain bald man talked about this on his stream. Oh, that's crazy. We're like, oh man, a certain detective, time-traveling detective sent me here. Stuff like that. I remember I put in a song that has fairly unsay-so lyrics. The moment the first line was said, she stopped talking and skipped the song. Knower, the government knows. I don't even know. I don't even knows. Anyone else here from Wolf's? Exactly. Anyway, that was cool though. We're all reflecting on the fun times we had. Anyone else have fun times that they remember from the past? Welcome, Porkfu. The Poison Steve from Minecraft. Life was so simple. We were all just playing Animal Crossing. Everyone was stuck at home. You remember that time when everyone was playing Pokemon Go? That like 1 or 2 weeks when it was like the most popular thing in the world? That was fun. Like coworkers that didn't even care about Pokemon or gaming, they would like download it on their phones and be like, oh, there's a Charmander over there. And you would walk outside and like everyone you saw on their phones, you're like, I bet that person's playing Pokemon Go. And it was probably true. Yeah, that was like the one time in recent memory that the world was united. Like, well, guys, there's a Snorlax. Oh man, this guy, there's a Pokemon stop right there. Isn't it nice though how we mostly remember the good moments even if life was not simple at all? What about the bad moments? Trauma dump your bad moment. Don't. Guys, At a certain point after Lazulite debuted, I watched 90% of all Niji streamers, and then after that one thing happened, I still watched them for a while, but as Oshi's left, started watching Corporal less in general. Also true. I also stopped watching. I mean, I feel like by that point, I was already not really watching like that often. But I definitely totally stopped. And now there's so many corporate VTubers that I've never heard of. It's like, oh, do you see the new whatever generation? And I'm like, what? They had a new generation? What the? Like Holo Stars has like a bunch of generations that I've never really heard about. It's probably like 3 new like Niji Sanji EN gens that I've never heard of. So much. There's so many things. Right now, we are the good old days of the future. Exactly. There's still like 3 or so that I watch regularly. I watch 2 Holo Stars pretty closely. But which ones though? I tuned out after Ethereum, but Hololive is still easy to follow. I think there's too many VTubers. The guy who is a VTuber says there's too many VTubers. What does he mean by this? I think there's too many. Although I feel like if I was still into watching corporate VTubers, I would probably be a Gigi fan. Because I find her to be kind of funny. And also Cecilia Immergreen. Also thank you Porkfu for the 12 months. Very jet lag. Well then you should sleep. What are you doing? You should be sleeping now. Everyone I watched in Hololive left for the most part. I'll watch random Callie or Liz clips or streams. That's it. I don't even know. Kill the competition? No. They're not even competition. To even consider them as competition is like... I'm not even on the same level. I could have taken that a different way. Like, they're so far beneath me. But no, it's the opposite. Is that they're so far above me that it's not even worth comparing. Hype Train? What the frick? Everyone post your sub renewals. Wasn't that's like 1 subscription caused the Hype Train? Doesn't it normally take multiple subscriptions for that to happen? No, it's not even September anymore. It definitely would be. If you were watching corporate VTubers, which one would you watch? Of the ones that you know exist. Yo, thank you DX Nomad for the 870. What the frick? That's so many. That's way too many bits. It's not even it's not even worth it. Why would you send that much money? I don't know anyone's personalities in Justice except ERB. Everything I know about Advent. I don't remember which one is Justice and which one is Advent. Like it's blurred together, and I just don't know. If someone says, "Oh yeah, Holo Justice," I'm like, is that Gigi's generation or is that the other one? Yeah, I always confuse them. Like if you would watch Pippa the Pipkin. I would watch one of the ones I knew in a previous life. Would that be Cecilia Immergreen? By chance. Still watch CC from time to time. Kizuna Ai. Does Kizuna Ai... I know she came back, right? Is she, like, still doing stuff? Do you think Rosemi will stream under a new name? No. But hypothetically, if she did, she would be the president. Of some sort. Seima had just confused the two and had to delete my sentence and retype it. Advent and Justice. Yeah, I don't really know like which one is Fuamoko in. Is that Justice or Advent? It's Advent, right? I think. I don't know. Advent? Okay. Advent? Yeah, seems kind of sus to me, guys. Vent. Yeah. I don't know. What's the deal with corporations? I watch a handful of Corpogon indie streamers. I give high priority to 2 Niji streamers still. Most everyone else is indie. What about Wolfie Corp? Me when I start Wolfie Corp. Whoa, guys, I knew Wolfie before he sold out. Okay, thanks for the pixel art X tag. I'm gonna go check it out right now. And sus. Cecilia is green and has never been another primary color. What are you talking about, huh? What are you implying by this? Oh, look, that's me. That's not yours. I know this is probably Last Tabaka's. I can tell based on this style. No, it's not. Okay, this is probably this is probably Namai's then. Whoa, what the frick? Look at that dithering. Thank you, Hamflow. No, that's not even the guys. It's not even. I can't believe that Hype Train would do this. It's not even there. Among Us. Look at that dithering. That's not dithering. That's good though. Look at the shading. That's good shading. I'm going to screenshot this right now. Very nice. You got the snail. You got the Statue of Liberty. It's good use of limited colors though. You can really tell the lighting. Really tell the details. Very nice. Among Us. There's a level 1 emote that was just added. No, but you gotta get level 2. You need level 2 to get the level 1 emote. No, okay, no, oh no. You wasted your money. Everyone, you just wasted your money. For no reason. I can't believe this. Is it possible to refund bits? Can I refund your bits? I should be allowed to do that. We should be able to be like, refund this because they didn't get their Hype Train emote. I don't want the money. If I could have subscriptions be free, I would do that. If I could have subscriptions be $1, I would do that. But they won't let me. This is not YouTube. Need to do a community Bitsy game project to get Xtag to do more pixel art. Bitsy? Anyone use Bitsy? Those bits go to the founding of Wolf Corp? It will never happen. I would not want to be responsible for any of that stuff. Like, what if Wolf Corp was real, and then one of the VTubers had like some controversy, right? Then like that would reflect badly on me, right? You'd be like, oh, Wolf Corp, it would have my name on it. We can't have that. Some friends of mine did a group thing like that where we made a screen for the game. Bitsy? It could be cool. Wolf Agency. What did it even see? What was it even seeing? You guys remember Bishoujo? When that used to exist? I keep forgetting that it doesn't exist anymore. It used to be such a big thing. And then like one day it just imploded. It was crazy. It was crazy. Those were the days. Running a business seems awful. Yeah, because, like, I don't know. You gotta, like, manage funds. You gotta make sure you don't, like, you know, send charity funds to, like, non-charities. It's probably so hard to avoid spending charity money on, like, the things they're meant for. Shoujo makes me more mad than anything because I still like a lot of the talents that were there. I mean, like, they seem to be doing fine without Shoujo, so it's like, what were they really even doing, right? Only silver lining is that none of them had to rebrand. Exactly. Legal protection, merchandise outsourcing, technical support, subscription service. Nah, you gotta not give them any benefit of the doubt. They're doing fine, but hurt by badly. Oh yeah, there was like merch stuff that was not fulfilled or something, right? There were like things, right? Wasn't Berry Bug supposed to be in like the new Shoujo generation or something? Wasn't Mint Phantom supposed to have like some sort of thing? I don't know. A lot of stuff that did not happen. A lot of NDAs that were signed. Anyone have any NDAs they've signed that they want to talk about? Anyone want to reveal their non-disclosure agreements to us? Smile. Hey guys. Yeah, hypothetically, if you were to sign an NDA for something, can you tell us right now? Any non-disclosure? Anyone eat non recently? That's pretty good. Non-disclosure. You're like, ah, guys, I ate non the other day. That's my non-disclosure. Call that my non-disclosure agreement. There could be a joke in there somewhere. Me when I ask my friends, hey, every time you have non, you gotta tell me, and they go, okay. And you call that one a non-disclosure agreement. I had to, on recommendation from the streamers themselves, ask for credit card chargebacks on merch that I bought because they would never get sent after the company blew up. And the talents would definitely never get any money from that either. No. I have not disclosed that redacted. Well, now we know though. Now we know. We have so many fish. Sell all of them. $126,000 from selling that fish. I haven't had non in a while. Well, you should. You should have it. What if I had an NDA to disclose right now? Hey guys, actually, it turns out that I was supposed to join Bishoujo the next generation, but it never happened. It's not true. But what if it was? What if it was true and you would just never know? Yakisoba non? No. That would never happen. Yakisoba? What are we talking about again? We're talking about non-disclosure agreements that you may or may not have signed recently that you can talk about. Rolling the butter chicken up in a non like a burrito. I'm sure that's probably a thing somewhere, right? I'd be very surprised if this was not a thing that existed. But it should exist even more, in my opinion. Disclosure? What about that closure? What about that closure, huh? Disc closure. Discord. What if Discord shuts down? Disc closure? I don't know. Anything cool happen on Discord? Anyone have cool Discord stories I typically do not order naan and simply get rice. Non, if you will. I can't believe this. I can't believe that you would not get naan. Naan is so good. But I could understand. It is pretty buttery. It is quite, you know, it is very heavy. Like, maybe not physically heavy, but like emotionally heavy. You know? I don't know. What am I doing? What are we doing? What is anyone even doing nowadays? What, can I check my notes to see what I have to talk about? State machines. Guys, I was figuring out how to do a state machine in the C programming language in a way that had entry and exit. And it's very verbose, and I chose not to do it the right way. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else even worth discussing. I've decided to call my Picross game Wolfie's Nonograms, much in the line of Mario's Picross, and I can't use the word Picross because it's like a copyrighted term, so it's going to be Wolfie's Nonograms. United States Machines of Wolfie. What? Who is he? What is he saying? What is bro even saying? Yes, grams. Picross. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price increased to $30 a month. The website crashed from people trying to cancel. How much did it used to cost? I only ever had like a trial or promotional discount. That's why indies use the word nonograms. Yeah, you're not allowed to say Picross. 20. Okay, that's a huge price increase. I feel like if they increase it like gradually to like, you know, $22, people will be like, I don't know, I can pay extra $2. But like that's like a 50% increase. Wolfie, when are you gonna collab again? I don't know. I have no idea. Probably at some point before the year is over. State machine. Is that some kind of government bureaucracy? No, it's about states. Machines. Yeah, because I do like one collab a year, right? Let me list all my collabs. Last year we had the Overcooked collab. Year before that, the Choco Jacks collab. Year before that. What did I do on that year? I don't even know. At some point there was the Temmie collab, and then before that there was like the Chenna collab. Oh yeah, Chenna was before. Okay, the year before the Choco Jacks collab was the Chenna Risk of Rain collab. And then I guess the year before that was probably the Temmie collab. And then before that, probably another Chenna collab. I thought Overcooked was this year? No, it was last year. That was my last year's collab fulfillment criteria or whatever. I don't know what this year's is going to be. Temmie collab? What the? He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know the lore. Temmie Undertale. My microphone was so bad back then. I didn't realize my Discord settings were messed up. It sounded really bad. I did not know until after I'd watched the VOD. I'm like, man. If I had known, I would have adjusted my settings. Whatever, it's fine. Back in the past. It's so long ago, everyone has forgotten. And like, what the? Oh yeah, and then we had the Toaster collab, like before that. Remember that one? Remember that one when Pomu Rainpuff showed up in the chat? That was crazy. was good times. I remember, right? That was wild. What the frick was she doing there? She also showed up for the Temmie collab. She was in the chat. Pomu Rainpuff. In the lift on the way to Otakon when that happened. Nice. Welcome, Panis. Fish. I know that emote. I know that emote. That's the vacuously fishing emote. I drew that. You guys know I drew that. And then the other day, back rated into someone and she said, "Your new emotes are great. I love the ones in this style." And then she posted the fishing emote, and then like, I don't know who drew this, but they did a good job. And then I said thank you, and she was like, "What? That's you? It's so good." And I said thank you. Wonder who drew that? Well, you could click on the emote and it tells you. There's attribution. It's like player 2, yeah, except player 2 has the better fishing rod. Do you notice this? Has anyone noticed this? My fishing rod does not have the whatever. The thing. Thank you, Altchakar, for these 10 months. My fishing rod in my emote does not have this whatever this is called that goes from here. It's just like a stick. Thank you, Panis, for the large emote. But then when I drew her emote, I was like, I can't make the same mistake again. I have to make it slightly more accurate. Yeah, the mechanism that actually causes reeling to do anything. But what if mine was just an advanced one, where the line was actually inside the fishing rod? What if it was on the other side? You just can't see it because it was turned. Have you thought about this? Have you considered that my fishing rod could actually be even more advanced? Flipped horizontally. No. It's not a stick, it's a lightsaber with the beam retracted. That doesn't even make sense. That's illogical. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about Pomu Rainpuff. Y'all remember Pomu Rainpuff? She was so cool. And now she's dead. She's gone forever, unfortunately. What if lightsabers were more like flails? What if they were, though? She's an Aqua. No, she's in space. The space shuttle that she was on actually exploded. She never came back. Yeah, she died on her way to her own planet. It's unfortunate, but we all live on as Pomu Rainpuff. Nowadays, everyone knows her name. Froze into an ice cube in Antarctica. Remember when she went to Antarctica? That was wild. Sometimes I remember all the good times. I had some good times. You know, Pomu was a huge fan of me before I even started doing VTubing stuff. Before I even drew VTubers. Back in the Toho days. You know that Pomu Rainpuff has a Reimu Burger t-shirt? From way back in the day. Good times were good. Antarctica is wild. I was imagining the seasickness. It's so cold. I didn't know that part. It was never revealed. But she told me specifically. I have a Reimu Burger shirt in my millions of clothes. I also had one. It was good times. Anyway. It's fun. It's fun times. My friend got it from Comic Kit for me. Yeah. When I think back on it, I'm like, man, I did like so much cool stuff when I was in high school. not that I don't do cool stuff now, but like, you think about people that have like accomplished stuff, like having their merch sold overseas at a Japanese convention, the biggest Japanese convention for fan-made goods. I was literally like 16 years old. And like, I feel like, you ever think about like if you ever had to like relive your life and you had to like redo stuff? I don't think I would be able to do like any of that stuff nowadays. It's like crazy. Multiple unrelated franchises. What was the other one? Wasn't it just Toho? At Comic It. I don't know. It's too much effort. Drawing is so much effort, guys. Would you be compelled to do things exactly the same again? It's one of those things that I've thought about. I feel like if you were forced to like relive your life, and like if you like the way your life is now, even if you try to get it the same like as it was, you won't remember every decision you made, and then like the few decisions that you make in your new life, like it would not lead you to the same place as you would be, right? It's like, also, it's like, what if you had like a really good friend and then like you had to relive your life and you're like, no, I want to be friends with them in this new life, but then you have all these memories that are like, well, these are memories from my existence, and like I want to be friends with them because they were friends with me, but then like they don't know me, right? It's like, if I try to relive this, wouldn't I be weird then, right? It'd be like, this person, I literally don't know this person, but they want to be friends with me. And then like, what if they hate you, you know? And then all your lived experiences would not be real. They would be like, you know, what if, you know, due to the decisions that you made, they're not the same? I don't know. It's sad. Welcome, Props Not Jack. What if you change one thing and then lightning struck you? Exactly. So many things. I know if I relive with old info, I'm obviously investing big in a handful of stocks and retiring at 37. Yeah, but what if then your life is worse? What if it's actually worse? Sonder, that's a different thing though. This is not the same as Sonder. I bet some friends you would still insta-click with anyway. Yeah, but would that just be because like I know that that I would become friends with them? Right? It's because I knew, you know, I don't know. To think about. A lot of things to think about. Wolfie Lion. Northern Lion. Guys, what if I was Canadian? Everybody, it's me, back with another episode of Binding of Isaac. What if they thought you were crazy? That's what I'm saying. It's because like, you know, like what if you mentioned something that they never told you because you remember that about them, right? You'd have to remember like, oh, they never told me about this in this timeline. They'd be like, how the frick does he know that, like, my dog is named whatever? We've never talked about my dog before. You're like, oh, remember that time you did this thing? And then, like, it didn't happen yet? And you're like, oh, frick, I forgot. That actually comes up in the future. And then, like, it doesn't come up in the future? I don't know. It's fricked up. I think most people could get back their lives with some minor changes. My life, a butterfly could fart, it would throw off my timeline. I feel like most people would not be able to get back to how they used to be. Because, like, there's so many subtle things, you know? It's like if I had to go through school again, I feel like, you know, after living this much time outside of school and my brain is just like, I don't want to do schoolwork anymore, right? Even though I'm sure I could. It's just like, I'm at a different stage in my life now. Right after you're done with college, you're like, I'd never have to think about like school assignments or projects. And then if you were forced to go back and redo them, also I feel like, yeah, nowadays a lot of people get so used to like using AI for stuff. Those people definitely would not live back in the day. If they had to go back to the pre-AI days, they would be cooked. They would just not know. American education, exactly. What is Al? Weird Al. That's the guy who wrote some music, I believe. Anyway, there's stuff like that, right? It's like calculus. You know, I'm sure I could relearn calculus. But it's like, you know, I don't want to. Italian education isn't better. I'm sure in some ways it probably is. Kizna Al. Bless the people that upload video lectures instead of relying on Weird Al teaching it. Remember, imagine having to do Riemann sum integration. Crazy. Remember Al marry Pinkie Pie? I wonder what the butterfly effect of him not doing that would be. He would probably be the same, actually. What if AI is a couple people in a room, like the Amazon store? No, that's the Chinese room experiment. That's a different thing. Parsing the internet for lessons created pre-2020. Weird AI helps me code. This guy uses AI coding assistants. Laugh at him. The schools of the future are you get an old Android phone with ChatGPT installed. After 6 p.m. school. It's crazy, man. It's too long. If AI was people in a room, it would probably be more accurate. No, because they would be so tired, though. They would just be so sleepy from having to answer all these questions. 97-year-old coder does programming the old-fashioned way. Yeah, with punch cards. Write out all the punch cards. Slide rules. AI is actually 1,000 monkeys at 1,000 typewriters. It's more than 1,000. It's like 1 billion. AI wishes it was loved like Ask Jeeves. Did anyone use Ask Jeeves though? I feel like no one remembers it nowadays. If I could go back in time, I could pick a school with iPads. But what if by making that choice, your life is so different that you would not even be a VTuber fan? Do you see the most recent video capabilities of AI? Kind of scary in some scenarios. Someone created a video of Sam Altman shoplifting as a joke, but imagine someone doing that for real. Yeah, it's messed up that people can just do that. That people just nowadays, you can't trust anything you see online. You're like, this thing was made by an AI algorithm. You see the new, was it, I forget if it was Dictionary or like Merriam-Webster. They're like announcing our new large language model, and everyone's like, what the frick? Dictionary.com is getting in on AI, and then they revealed it's actually a real dictionary. And the original large language model is just the dictionary. It's got hundreds of thousands of words in it. Good. They try to trick everyone. They were like, oh no. And then everyone posts the image of like the football player, and it goes like, "Oh, you got us in the first half." Not gonna lie. I never use Ask Jeeves, but I use Akinator. I wonder if an AI could guess as well as Akinator. Probably not. I don't know. It's life. Anyone living life right now? No. The answer is no. None of us are really living life, if you really think about it. No one even knows what life is. Especially not me. Life. This is the life emote. Someone looking off into the distance. Life. Like this. Back from Japan? I thought you were still in Japan. I misunderstood. Yeah, Clavio life. Clavi life. I remember the disappearance of Hatsune Miku. Was like talking about the actual eventual abandonment of Miku. That song was made the year she debuted, an event that has still yet to happen. What? The fact that her debut day has yet to happen? I guess you mean the disappearance? Her actually disappearing has yet to happen? What if it has already happened? Does everyone who goes to Japan have that same moment on the last day where you think, what if I just don't go back? Dang. I didn't think that. And then COVID happened. And then up and back. Yeah, it's probably that one, Merriam-Webster.com. Announcing their large language model. Wonder if I can go back to Japan on a student visa. You're a student? I thought you were an employee of a company of some sort. I mean, I guess you could be both. I don't know. Student visa, a grown hag. Then can't you just go back, like, on your own? Miku is in Sonic Crossworlds with Pac-Man, SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Fortnite. Miku in Fortnite. You see Fortnite had a Daft Punk collab or something? That happened, right? Has anyone noticed that the Twitch app on mobile has been pushing more notifications recently? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I used to not get so many like random notifications. Welcome Altscop. Yeah, it's like, oh, check out this clip from this stream that just happened. Did you see the latest VOD from this person that you don't actually watch? And then like I started getting push notifications for like famous people. Like I got pushed for, yeah, Kai Cenat and like the Fortnite collab. And like after, I was like, the first time I was like, okay, maybe they misconfigured something. When I got the Fortnite push notification, I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Go into my settings, disable it. I don't want to see that stuff. Kai Cenat, they're pushing so much stuff now. They did a lot of work with Miku in Crossworlds. She has songs and outfit, a bunch of artwork. She goes Sega. So true, she does say Sega. Kai Cenat. What's he even doing? I don't use mobile. There's already too many notifications for PC. Are there though? What PC notifications do you get? Like, I remember when you clipped this streamer 2 years ago and I don't remember. Hey, do you remember what you were doing on September 7th, 2015? I guess I gotta use Discord for live notifications now. I don't want to join every Discord. I also don't. Imagine joining a Discord. Cringe. Twitch finally has live DVR playback. I mean, like, you could always do it. You could always go into the VOD of the stream that's currently live. Upgrade to Windows 11. I did that. I upgraded. But I was fine with it because Windows is not my main operating system. She's at the moment the only guest character that seems to actually have a unique voice. Everyone is silent. Well, Miku's the only one in Sonic Crossworlds that has a voice. She's so iconic though. Try Gemini ads. Wait, that's literally in Firefox now. Look at this. Are you seeing this? Ask an AI chatbot? I don't want to. Why is that in my Firefox? Messed up. It's the only one. Hatsune Miku. Unvoiced guest character seems underwhelming. I mean, I guess like I have no interest in playing this Sonic racing game. Is it good though? Are people having fun with the Sonic racing game? I hope they eventually get voiced. It's really good, is it? Is it better than Mario Kart? Didn't they release an ad about like back in the day when Sega and Nintendo used to be like rivals, and then they're like, oh, Sega does what Nintendo don't. I think they released an ad recently that was like, oh, you think Mario Kart's good? Oh, try this. And people were like, whoa, what the? That's the old Sega. They're going back to their Nintendo competitive days. Lots of people saying they enjoy it more than Mario Kart. I mean, I feel like, yeah, the latest Mario Kart had a bunch of issues, right? Like, people, when it came out, people were like, oh, this is pretty good. And then, like, they changed something about the online mode. And people went, this literally killed the game. Unbelievable. I had never played it, so I don't really know. You guys think the Switch 2 is doing well? I feel like there's not been anything that makes me want to buy a Switch 2. And I don't imagine there's going to be anything like in a long time that would make me want to buy a Switch 2. It's one of my favorite arcade racers. It's faster, more technical than Mario Kart. There's not a replacement. I see. Nintendo does not like the way people want to play the game. If you force people to play their way, people stop playing. Exactly. What is Nintendo? Oh, we didn't even talk about the fact that like Doug Bowser's not the CEO or whatever, right? That was an announcement. What did Doug Bowser even do? I feel like he hasn't been like as like involved in like the marketing, right? Because like when Reggie was the CEO or like whatever his title was, he would like be in all of the like announcements, all of the promotional stuff. And then Doug Bowser, like I don't think anyone has ever seen him. Yeah, he's not public at all. I don't know. And then there's like a new person. I don't really know what their deal is. I mean, they're not new. They've been at the company, but they're like new as in at the current role. I used to think he's done decently behind the scenes. Also, I should drink water. I've forgotten to hydrate 4 minutes ago. It's actually messed up. Alright. Reggie and Iwata were not afraid to look goofy. True. They did have some wacky moments. Nintendo has a bunch of intermission tracks that are mostly driving from one track to another, which is not very interesting. People try to play actual tracks, but they made the track pool favor the intermission tracks. I see. That was like the big thing though. I was like, that's what Mario World is about. You can go open world. And then people are like, nah, it's cool, but we'd rather play like the other one. That's how it is. The actual tracks are really good for the most part. Nintendo just has to fix the game and let people play them. Oh, Nintendo. Do you think Nintendo will ever fix like their online connectivity? Like, imagine if in the next Animal Crossing game they had seamless online multiplayer, where you did not have to like sit through like 5 minutes of waiting screens, 10 dialogue confirmation. Hey, we're connecting online. Hey, you want to play online? Do you want to connect to the internet? Okay, we're connecting to the internet. Waits like 10 seconds. Okay, you're on the internet now. Who do you want to connect to? Oh, you want to connect to this person? Okay. We're gonna put you in a 30-second loading screen. And then everyone who's in the lobby has to wait for you to load. It pauses all their activities. It's crazy. What are they doing? I like driving around open world, but for racing I prefer tracks. Yeah. Wait, you have a Switch too? What's your experience with it? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you did mention. You didn't have a Switch 1. So you have Switch 2 is your first Switch experience. I think that makes sense. Like, as a Switch 1 owner, I have no interest in having a Switch 2, at least at the moment. Yeah, someone has a freaking menu open. Sorry, you can't join the lobby. Imagine if real life worked like that. You go to the airport. Hey, sorry guys, the plane can't fly because one of you has your freaking menu open. Get out of here. System error happened, exactly. An unknown issue where you cannot connect. Sorry, we're having issues. It would be nice if they did fix that though, because like that seems like such a Nintendo specific thing. You know, like just have someone like show them how to do it. Hey guys, you know, you don't have to make everyone wait in a menu. Switch 2 is nicer to hold and look at and play old Switch games solely because of the size. That said, I would like the flow of new good games to increase. Yeah, it feels kind of underwhelming, right? They had like Mario Kart World, they had Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then what? Because and then they had the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, which is weirdly timed because it was like literally like a month after the game came out. Pokemon? Nah, I don't care about Pokemon. I'm sure there'll be a new burst of games around the holidays. Maybe. Duskbloods. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I saw it, I was like, oh, cool, it's Bloodborne. But I don't know if I care anymore. I'm sure a lot of people will play it. Be like, whoa, but it's also like, isn't it like multiplayer focused also or something? Welcome, Marklar. IDK man, that wall fish in the upper right goes hard. Yep. It's there. He doesn't care. I just don't care. You know what made me stop caring about games? Is learning that there's so many good, high-quality indie games on itch.io that are free. Now I'm kind of just like, there's so many games out there that are so good that I've never even like heard about on itch. Where every time there's a Steam sale, I'm like, I don't need to buy Steam games. I can just play free games for the rest of my life. I'd rather them do something new and weird over Bloodborne 2. But most people haven't even experienced Bloodborne 1 though, that's the thing. I would understand if, like, you know, it was like Dark Souls, right? They've done Dark Souls many times. Like Bloodborne, people didn't even play Bloodborne. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy the Switch 2. It just outprices me. Exactly. There's nothing worth it yet. Now maybe if there's a new Animal Crossing, but it would also depend though. I feel like the days of me being excited for Animal Crossing are also over now. Because the latest Animal Crossing game was not really my thing. Despite it being the Animal Crossing game that I spent the most time in of all Animal Crossing games, I think that's just because of the pandemic. If it was not for the pandemic, I feel like I would not have played the latest Animal Crossing as much as I have. That's probably true of everyone. But if the current Animal Crossing came out today, I feel like I would lose interest in it pretty quickly. I can see why Wolfie wouldn't. I think Wolfie's never going to want to spend $400 to $500. It's not the money that's the issue. It's that there's nothing on it that I want. I have access to every game for every console from the GameCube and PS2 and Wii and everything prior. I can play them all on original hardware because of flashcards, yet I'm paralyzed by choice. Haven't played any of these old consoles much in the past months. Yeah, that's the issue of having too many games to play. Is that you don't play any of them. It's got no games. PS5 still has no games. It's crazy. Are there any Switch-only RPG games other than Paper Mario? Mario RPG remake, the original Mario and Luigi Brothership. Others. Nintendo stuff is too expensive now. They got rid of gold points, which save you a little, but not too much. Yeah. Remember when the Nintendo points would give you cool stuff? I remember back in the day, like on the 3DS, you could redeem them for like Game Boy games. That was cool. You could save up points and it'd be like, oh look, you can play Link's Awakening now, or whatever. Maybe it wasn't Link's Awakening, it was one of those games. Fire Emblem, true. I've been using retro achievements. It has a game recommendations page that will throw stuff at you. Yeah, that's also, you could also do that, true. I keep telling myself to replay Chrono Trigger with adult comprehension of the story now. I've yet to do it. Yeah. Oh, you know what else? There was a Final Fantasy Tactics remake came out or something. That was a game that I played as a kid, and I did not understand the story at all. But I remember thinking it was cool. I was like, yo, this guy... Apparently the original localization was really bad. Like, they did not translate things well enough. But they probably fixed it. I bought a PS5 in January, played Unicorn Overlord, Monster Hunter Wild, Expedition 33, Gran Turismo, Silksong. Yeah, but you could also play those on PC though, right? Those are all PC games as well. Although I guess the Monster Hunter one didn't run well on PC. I did not understand story, but I really like the gameplay. Exactly. Unicorn Overload was... oh, I don't know. It's not the kind of game that I would know much about, I guess. You see the ocean flicker for like a second there? Web fishing, what is that about? You think the integer for the shader overflowed and it didn't transition well? Who needs games if you have friends to hang out with? I can't relate. But how would you hang out with them if not on games? I could have. I bought the console specifically for Monster Hunter. I see. Well, I hope it was worth it. It probably was. Vanillaware has something against PC. They only ever release games for consoles only. I don't think I've ever actually played any of their games. Arcade games. Unicorn Overlord is definitely underrated if you like strategy games. Nah. I'm fine. Guy who only plays itch.io games. Oh, this game's cool. Have you ever heard of obscure itch.io game? No, I didn't think so. I didn't think you would, actually. I bought a PS5 for Astrobot and then sold it because I have a PC. And I don't see them doing any more good exclusives. What about Bloodborne 2? Surely they'll have Bloodborne 2 exclusive to the PS6. NanoDan always talks about Unicorn Overlord, but I don't want to play console games. I don't know. Gaming. I've changed as a gamer, you know? I would always look forward to Steam sales. Now there's a Steam sale literally happening right now, and I have no interest in even checking out the sales. Did anyone buy anything from the Steam sale? Were you like, oh man, this game is finally on sale? I love playing this game. They did 13 Sentinels, Odin Sphere, Muramasa. Ah yes. Games that I've never played. It's worth it. I spent hours playing Monster Hunter with my close friend. That's good. Socializing is an important aspect of gaming. FromSoft is working on Bloodborne Spiritual. Yeah, the Duskbloods. It's different though. It's different. Bought 3 games, almost a fourth. The bought a game that was on sale. It was expected to end the day before sale started. It's the same discount. Well, that's good. It's good when things are on sale. Kaizen. I saw Northern Lion play that one. He had a good time. It's not Zachtronic. Yeah, it's like the same developers. Didn't Zachtronic say like they're disbanding because like people have too much expectations for the type of games they make? We're gonna make like a new studio with like we're not gonna focus on the same kind of games, and then they release a game that's like the same. What were they doing? It's different, but Sony hates its exclusive games that aren't The Last of Us. Yeah, they got what? They got The Last of Us, The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Remake, The Last of Us Part 2 Remake, The Last of Us Part 2 Remake, the second. It's all their games. Strange Antiquities, Super World, Blueprints. I feel like I don't know anything else about Super World, but I feel like I always see it on sale on third-party reseller websites. Another game I could refund and buy it on sales, but I'd save $5. I'd rather give the devs more money. True. True. They wanted to fire a dude and couldn't tell him. Wait, what was the context of this? Kaizen. I have not seen Bongo Cat on Steam. Last of Us Remake, Remaster, Collector's Edition. What are they doing? When is Last of Us Part 3? What a VR game. I've not used VR in so long. It's been forever. It's collecting dust. Strange Antiquities is the sequel to Strange Horticulture. I feel like I've heard of that game, but I don't know anything about it. Should fire up VR fishing? I don't think I want to. It's too much. Setting up VR is like too much effort. It's too much. And like my eyes hurt from VR after playing for a while. I don't know. Strange Antiquities doesn't have a Mac release yet. Imagine gaming on a Mac. This guy is gaming on a Mac. Bro. Point and laugh. Seems like VR hasn't become cheaper nor more convenient. I do feel like VR has kind of stagnated. I don't think there's maybe just because I don't follow VR game news, but there's like, I don't think there's been anything that made me go like, oh, I gotta get this VR game. I'm a Mac gamer who said that. This guy's a Mac gamer, bro. This guy is gaming on a Mac. Can't believe it. They keep trying to make VR a thing, but it hasn't caught on. Yeah. I don't think it will catch on. It's just like, it's too annoying to set up. If they can make it so you can just put on the glasses like without too much connecting stuff, and it's not like a really heavy headset, it'd be kind of nice. But it's like, it's too much friction. Welcome, Liquid Cake. I really wanted to live the VR chat life during pandemic, but my desire has fallen. Yeah, exactly. Times have changed. The VR stagnated is an understatement. Even live service games are slowing down. Which ones though? Aren't there some like VR MMOs that exist? VR is like the opposite of mobile gaming. Mobile gaming seems to be the direction that's winning. Exactly. Oh, Beat Saber. True. Beat Saber is like the VR game. It's like the real game, you know? When people think of VR games, they think of Beat Saber. They think of VR chat. And that's it. That's the only game that people think of. I don't have the issue. I just turn on the controllers, walk around grabbing water bottles and stuff. No, but like you gotta turn on the headset. You gotta like put the headset on. You gotta like, I don't know, charge it. I mean, I guess that's true of anything. I think I'll enjoy Underdogs. It's a mech pilot roguelike where you punch other robots. I feel like that would give me motion sickness. Oh yeah, that's also a big thing about VR, is that it gives people motion sickness. That's like a hard thing to get over. I have AR glasses, which are mostly just HD screens and glasses. Those are nice and convenient. If anything, because playing my normal games in bed looking up at the ceiling is amazingly comfy. I did try doing that. When I think when I bought Pokemon Arceus or whatever, I did try playing it in VR. Not like, I know it's a Nintendo game and doesn't have VR, but I mean, I tried using my VR headset to like look at my screen and then play Pokemon Legends Arceus in VR lying down. It was pretty nice for a while, and then it started hurting my head. So I stopped. And I think I never went back to it. I leave it plugged in when not in use. Yeah, but like... I also feel like VR kind of runs out of battery pretty quickly unless it's plugged in. Right, I remember when I did my VR fishing streams, I would need to plug in an external battery pack because after like 1 or like 1.5 hours, the battery would be like almost dead. Maybe that's just because I was doing PC VR. It's probably better for like native Oculus. It's not even the Oculus anymore. Whatever. I don't think the answer is battery headsets. It's just plugging it in all the time. Constantly wired connection. The wires. Probably a big screen beyond. Wired. Welcome Classic Carabao. I specifically have the Rokid Max AR glasses. Rokid. What is my favorite snack? I don't know. I don't know if I have one. What is your favorite snack? Of all the snacks that you have had, what would you say your favorite one is? Popcorn. You know what's good? Popcorners. It's pretty good. Something about the texture is really nice. Rosemary truffle chips. I had this once. I've only ever had this once, but it was really good. If you ever want to spend a lot of money on chips, these are good. Plain old popcorn's nice. It's alright, I guess. These are good. Actually, that's not as expensive. The chips are so expensive. Have you seen the price of chips? I bought a bag of popcorners. It's good. What flavor, though? Because I feel like when I get like popcorners, the like regular flavor or just like sea salt flavor, it's kind of boring. I feel like I need the one that's like cheese. It's got cheese flavor. A white cheddar cheese. Jalapeno? I've never had that one. Spend a lot of money on chips? What are we, PC gamers? Am I right, guys? Like chips? Like the chips that go in your computer? Exactly. Price of poker chips at the casino is 1-to-1. What are you talking about? Chips? The price of chips? Like $1 to 1 chip. Toaster sold me on popcorners. I would buy them more if not trying to lose weight. They are good, right? They're so good. Who is the best? Anyone else have popcorners? Popcorners flavors. that was spelled so wrong. Popcorners. Chips. Balatro. Oh, this one was good. Spicy queso. Sweet chili. That was alright. Oh, you're talking about this one. This is the one you had, right? The heck? What the frick? Is Twitch notifying me? Why would Twitch do that? I was literally talking about Twitch notifications that I thought I'd disabled. Twitch alert. Hey, you're about to reach a 3-stream watch streak on Karagi_channel. I did not sign up for these alerts. This one. I haven't bought them recently because most chip snacks are addictive. And I will eat the whole bag instantly. It is really what they have, a sour cream and onion flavor. That sounds good. When I used to buy these, I think they only had like 2 flavors: sea salt and white cheddar. I buy kettle corn, but would rather buy white cheddar. Exactly. That one there. Wait, which one? There? There? There. Do you have a favorite band? There's a rock band called Geese that's crazy good. I don't know if I do have a favorite band. Do I have a favorite band? You know what a good band is? Japanese folk band known as Humbert. I like their music. And then I found out that some of their music is popular because it was used for anime. You know that they made the Konosuba, one of the Konosuba songs, but I did not know it as a Konosuba song. Has that ever happened to you all? Like, you just happen to like know a song that is Japanese and you're like, I like this song, and then years later you're like, wait, this song is popular because it's anime? Oh frick. this is an anime song? Which one? It was the Konosuba ending. Which one was it? It's 2 of them. They did 2 of them. I believe Chisano Bokensha was also written by them. And then there was the other one, was also written by Humbert. I don't remember the actual one. Yeah, season 1 and season 2 ending. Humbert wrote those, but I did not know. But they have good music. There were also like a bunch of songs that were like, I had known the songs, and then years, like maybe like half a decade or a decade later, I find out it's like a Naruto song, and that's how people know it. They like play the song and be like, oh, I know that one. So wait, this is from Naruto? Oh frick. It's crazy. That's how it goes. The Chainsaw Man OP. It did take years though. That's the main character of Lolita. Yeah, it's kind of a problematic name for a group. That's why I had to specifically type in Japanese folk band, because otherwise it would have come up with the other one. But their music is good. They have a song called Tora that I like. It's a good one. Anyway, that's life. Sometimes you find things out and you're like, oh cool, that song is from this. I've also talked about how there was like this really well-known Japanese song that I only knew because I listened to a Hatsune Miku cover of it. And I did not know it was a cover. I thought it was a Vocaloid original song. And then one time I was at like a Japanese like ramen restaurant, and I heard the song on the radio or whatever. I was like, what the? This is the Hatsune Miku song? And it turns out it's actually just like a really well-known traditional like old Japanese song. And that's when I found out that it was not a Vocaloid song. The national anthem of Japan? No. It was specifically Nada So, this song. Very well known. See, it literally says famous Japanese song. I didn't make this up. The title is literally known as famous Japanese song. A very well known Japanese song that everyone knows. Started listening to a punk band from my youth, realized their songs were deeply anti-war. Isn't that like common for like punk songs though? Anti-establishment or whatever. I feel like I've heard Miku sing a lot of famous songs that I didn't know were famous. Yes. Of course, of course. I think there's also like a few songs that are also like just famous Japanese songs. Whoa, huge whale. Huge. There's like a bunch of songs that were like famous Japanese songs that were just used for anime endings. There's like, remember that anime, 1 Week Friends anime ending or whatever? Sorry, not the ending of the ending song. That's gonna be spoilers. If you look up the ending, 1 Week Friends ending. Right, this one, it's just like a well-known Japanese song. Kanade. But I had not heard it until I watched the anime. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is the song from this show. But it's actually not from the show. Is Rimi Natsukawa retired now? I'm reading she had a finale concert. I don't know. I don't keep up. Could have been the finale of the tour. Which one? Oh, the finale concert. I don't really know. I mean, this song was popular like a long time ago. Oh, same thing for like, remember, Anohana? The Secret Base ending song? I think a lot of people, that was their first time hearing that song, and it's like, it's not actually from the anime, it's just like a well-known Japanese song that they happen to use as the theme. A lot of people associate it with that anime. Yes. But it's just, everyone knows it, because it's classic. It's a classic from back in the day. Okinawan Festival in the Hawaii Convention Center. Hisomaso uses a niche French song. Also, you think there's people that like their first time hearing Fly Me to the Moon was in Evangelion? You think there's like a Japanese person that's like, they hear Fly Me to the Moon and they're like, whoa, this is a song from Evangelion. What the frick? They're playing this on the American radio? Oh my god. And then they're like, oh wait, it's not from Evangelion? You're telling me this was a well-known song from back in the day. Me, your first time was with Evangelion? Is this ironic? Is this real? It's kind of like how for me, like the first time I hear a lot of Western music is from VTuber karaoke. Right? There's like a lot of songs that like I only know because like Amelia Watson sang it at karaoke. A lot of songs that I only know from VTubers singing it. I'm serious, I watched Evangelion at 15. My first exposure was actually an electronic music composer did a cover of it. There's a lot of things like that. Yeah, Bang Dream. Bang Dream does a lot of like cover songs. And people go, whoa, this is the song from Bang Dream. I know this song. Many such cases. One Last Kiss in the reboot Evangelion is goated. I don't know. Gura introduced lots of people to Brazilian bossa nova. Oh, it's also like how Ride on Time. A lot of people associate it with Gura because that's like the song she sang at her debut. Like, Ride on Time, whoa, it's Gura's song. I mean, people know it's a cover, but they associate it with her. The disappearance of Hatsune Miku from Project Sekka? Yeah, that also happened. There's quite a few. Hololive fans with anything happy since... Yeah, that's the messed up one. Is that there was a member of Hololive, JP, that graduated after like a week. But she sang that song once and everyone's like, no, that's her song, that's her song. But me, I'm like, I've known that song. That's a song that I know. Associate the burger song that I haven't heard since with Gura. I don't even know what that is. I like Right on Time before it was cool. You mean like in the before it was popularized by the YouTube algorithm? It was always cool. It wasn't always like well known though, right? It's mostly like after YouTube started pushing it on every. No, wait, I'm thinking of different. I'm thinking of Plastic Love. Sorry, that's a different thing. Oh man, this guy doesn't even know. He's confusing two songs that are totally different. I can't believe Wolfie would do this. It's an Imus song, burger song. Oh, the freaking what's her name? That one. He even had an English language album that slapped. Big Wave. When I think of Big Wave, I think of Aikatsu. Only because there's a lyric in the song that says Sugoi Big Wave. That's right. That is not what most people think is for Hawaii. It's also how, you know how the song known as Someday Over the Rainbow? A lot of people, when they think of that one, they think of like the ukulele version by the Hawaiian guy. So then when they sing it, but it's not in the same tune as the one from Wizard of Oz, I'm like, what the? That's not how you sing it. That's not how the song goes. Why? What is this intonation? What is this, what's the word? It's different. I don't know. And that's messed up. Sound of Silence? Ah yes, the song by Disturbed. Yeah, wasn't there also like... There's like some covers that are more popular than the original. Right? Like doesn't Ariana Grande have that one song that's like... Here are some of my favorite things, but people don't know that it's like a reference to the original song. They're like, you know, she lists various things and says that those are her favorite things, but they don't know. Oh, also the speaking of Toho, yeah, that one, that thing. The guy who just added like a drum beat on top of it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the Dead Man song." And people don't even know. Iron Mouse did a cover of that song. Didn't even credit the right person. Can we cancel her? Did she ever correct that? Was it ever brought to her attention? Poor Clue, I don't know what you're talking about. If someone is different, if something is different, I would blame the timing. The song is in C, and I don't think that changes. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. No, it's the rhythm or whatever. If you listen to the two, you'll know that they sound different. When I saw you say the song is in C, I was thinking of the programming language. It's like, how can the song be in C? You know, every cover I've listened to never credits I Want to Be Informed. Why wouldn't they credit? Don't they know that not everyone knows the original? Has anyone had that before? Listen to a song and you're like, this is actually not the real one. This is the fake one. It's like, wasn't there like, what's it called? There's a song that goes like, you spin me right round like a record. But then like someone else did like a version of it that's like, it's like that but is different. But then people think of that one instead. Saying something is in C is as simple as saying it's in English to me. See, because I don't see. I just don't understand. People all making their own version of the same song. Old music. Yeah, why can't they just never make new versions of old music? Why don't they just make old music? Isn't it crazy that you can't make old music? You can only make new music, and then that music just becomes old as time passes. It's actually crazy. Whoa, I never thought about that. Wait a second. You can only ever make new music, but that new music is going to become old. Wow. So many people sang Harvest Moon by Neil Young. What do you mean you aren't familiar with 70s folk? Harvest Moon, also known as Story of Seasons, the original. The original You Spin Me Right Round by Dead or Alive. And then a new remix from Flo Rida. That's probably the thing that I'm thinking of, yes. Simon Cowell. That's the American Idol guy? He wrote music? You know, I never actually stopped to think about like what Simon Cowell did besides being a judge. Right? I mean, sure, like he he probably was a judge because he did something important for music. But nowadays, I feel like when I think of him, I just think of like he's just the guy who criticizes people. It's crazy. He was a producer. I had no idea. I guess that makes sense. That's probably why they had him judge people's singing. In the video description, it says it's a remix of Shiba Inu Records track. And it's like one of the only things she did that made me pretty unhappy. Otherwise, still do really like Iron Mouse. But what's the other thing? One of the only things? What about the second thing? What about the third thing? Producer means so many different things. Honestly, yeah, that's true. When people say they were like a producer on something, like I don't know what that means. A lot of times, like for like movies and stuff like that, a producer just like paid money, right? If you pay money, you can just be listed as a producer. Music producers, like what stage of the producing process, right? I don't know. And then Kanye had one song that sampled Daft Punk's. Yeah, that one. I was also thinking of that one. Probably a lot of cases like that. Roku, what are you talking about? This is like all your messages are just like misinterpreting things for like other, like for joke purposes. What are you, Hamflow? Bro. But different. Music producer usually carries more weight. That is also true. But I also don't know what it means. Rick Rubin is the worst offender. I will die on this hill. He was like a manager. I don't even know who that is. Isn't that the sandwich? Rick Rubin, the Rubin sandwich? Ideally, producers pay money, market the product, do research, when to release it. The less creative parts. I see. So it's like video game publishers. Sort of. I remember I was mad at the Daft Punk thing because the same thing happened with 21st Century Schizoid Man. What happened with that? I don't even know. I don't even know music. What about that time when, oh, this was a funny thing. I think a long time ago, back in the days of Neopets, you could customize your Neopets shop with custom HTML. You can put whatever, like, songs and, like, background images you want. I think a long time ago, I had Eminem's song Stan, but it was like a MIDI cover of it. I listened to it, I was like, oh, that's a cool song. I like the MIDI. And then I just had it as my Neopets shop theme. It would just play when you enter my shop. And then I was like, oh, actually, this is an Eminem song. Stan, oh, that's my Neopets Eminem. That's my Neopets. I can't talk. Shop song. Yep. Kanye sampled that too, and people associate it with him. Oh, that's what he meant. But the same person. Bridging artist. Why would you ask ChatGPT? Is this your thing that you do? You just ask ChatGPT. It's actually kind of messed up. When I like see my coworkers talk about something, and instead of going to Google, they go to ChatGPT. I think on the Hamflow Discord, I think like I saw someone say something and they said, according to ChatGPT, this thing. And I was like, why not just Google it? Why would you simply... It just works better. I don't believe it. I will never go to ChatGPT. So I saw it. It was Harvey, right? He said something and he's like, ChatGPT says this thing. And I was like, man. All the top Google results suck. That is true, actually. That is actually true. It's gonna use Gemini by default. Yeah, but then you scroll down to the first result. The first result, which is probably AI slop also. Man, the internet sucks nowadays. What the frick? Like, every time I look up something online nowadays, on stream, I'm like, this article seems AI generated. And it probably is. ChatGPT annoys me very slightly less than people asking Grok, but in general, I'm like, no. Exactly. Serious stuff is sometimes, but nowadays, Siri is outsourcing to ChatGPT now. No, this is the state of our society now. I can't believe it. It did happen so fast, though. I remember the days when DALL-E Mini first came out and we were all like, haha, look, it's so silly. You can have it generate Mario, but like, you know, like a historic painting in the style of Mario 64. And we all laughed because it was like, it looks so bad, but like, you could kind of tell. And then literally like a few months later, it's like, look at this really realistic anime art you can generate. Unbelievable. AI results are a way to create a framework for more discussion. Mods ban this guy. Get this guy out of here. Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. Everyone knew they were feeding an AI, but it was just too tempting. I think AI was fun when it was bad. Now it's too good, but in a bad way. Lots of people have probably been using it mainly for more than 2 years now. ChatGPT. I can brag that I've never even been on the ChatGPT website. I've never even asked it. AI animated art and AI anime art style is so ugly. The messed up thing about that though is also that like now people start accusing people of using AI art when they don't actually. You'll often see posts on Twitter that are like, this guy is using AI for this, and then like they zoom in on something. You know, look at this hand. Look at this is not the way that the shoulder works. This line is going into nowhere. And then it turned out they were not using AI, they were just like bad at art or something. Now you're not even allowed to be, you can't even be like good enough at art but make like simple mistakes because people are like, oh, that's AI. The design on this shirt doesn't make sense. Messed up. I've used it twice, barely useful for stuff I do. It's gonna be like, you put the hardware register 7. Put the bytes in the register. A lot of people are using AI and not telling. True. I never want to make the accusation out loud. But lots of people sadly using it and not being transparent. Yeah. If there's one thing though, I don't know if like AI can make good Wolfie style animations. Is that at the moment my animations are not in danger of being taken from AI. Because it's like, it's so specific, you know? But maybe one day it will be. And then people go, check it out, look at this Wolfie style Studio Ghibli that I generated. No. I've only used AI with the sound alerts that some streamers have. Can we cancel Choco Jacks? They're freaking... I'm just kidding. I think for that, like, it's like, it's using her voice and she consented to it. So, like, I guess that's fine. It's like, I guess it's acceptable. Can AI make this? Not yet, but maybe at some point. Perhaps at some point. But that day is not today. Anyway. I should end my stream soon. It is about that time that I usually end my stream. It's time to catch your last fish and go back to spawn. So we can take some cool photos with these illustrations. Well, it's that time again. No, Wolfie, you can't end. I just got here. I can't end. Tag Barrel Storage just got here. Welcome. Unfortunately, I will end. It is time to end the stream. No, no, guys, I can't. Oh, no. I can't end the stream now. Okay, well, I'm going to take this screenshot. I'm gonna take this screenshot. I wish there was a way to like hide the trees, you know? And sometimes like, oh, I guess you could do this. I guess that works. Alright, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. We talked about various things today. And now it's time to go. Let's find out what day it is. I actually know, isn't today Raccoon Day or something? I think I saw a post on Twitter that spoiled the day. Is it Raccoon Day? I don't see it on here. Coffee Day, homemade cooking. You're telling me a homemade this cooking, bro. Vegetarian Day, CD player. CD player, that's a gold chip. The option that restores 5 energy. It's a gold chip. There's like 2 people that understand that probably. What else we got? That's a lot. Holy frick, that's a lot of days. Music Day, Black Dog Day, Fire Pup Day, Hair Day, Lace Day. That's a reference to a game that is popular recently, but is this spoilers to reference a character from a game? Know any knowers? You know the game. Silk Song. Pumpkin Seed Day. Oh, it is Raccoon Day. Okay. Walk and Bike to School Day. World, is that Sake Day or Sake Day? International Hag Day. Where? I don't see it. When Green Day wakes up. What? Green Day. Okay, which one of these would be a good raid message? Of all these days. International Day of Older Person? I didn't even see that. Am I following anyone who is an older person? Hold on. Nah, that'd be insulting, right? You'd be like, what the frick? What are you talking about? This guy's calling me old. Get him out of here. Let's do... older? Yeah, but like that kind of implies that they're older than me. Older than many people. Raccoon Day. I don't know. National... You do whatever you want. National Raccoon Day raid. I don't know what emoji would go with that. Probably a raccoon. Okay, who do I raid? Who's streaming today? Many people are live. Many people streaming various things. But I don't know who to raid. Snacko-Racko, but they're not live. Snacko-Racko's not streaming. They're not even streaming right now. How about this person? I've never raided this person. I don't think they've ever been live at the time that I've been live. Or maybe I have tried to raid them, but it was like follower or... Okay, never mind, I can't raid them. They have follower or subscriber only chat. That's why I haven't raided them. Because I refuse to raid follower or subscriber only chats. Okay. Alright, then who do I raid? What about this person? How about this individual? We can raid Nino, who is watching TikToks or something? I don't know. Alright, let's send a raid. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on Friday, possibly with some more Game Boy development. Game Boy Picross development. I still have to decide what like the level select is going to be. That is a pretty important part about Picross games, is choosing which level. And there's many options on how to implement it. You can do the usual thing where you have a grid that shows various levels and then switch between pages. I don't know. That's the obvious one. Anyway, I don't know. But now I'm going to sit here and wait for several seconds. And that raid is going to go, and you'll be like, wow, that raid sure is going. Yep. I love waiting for a raid to go. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.